then chest.
Yeah, that's sick. All right, and here we go. I'm going to go ahead and pop the timer off because they are loaded up. And right away, the resetting begins. Lots of Curse of Labyrinth.
Lots of Labyrinth, yeah.
Wow. And they're continuing off. There's going to be so much to commentate on with 4 screens going on.
Oh, yeah.
And anybody on mobile, I apologize in advance if the screen's a little bit small. This is the most efficient way we could find to put all 4 people on the screen.
You can also throw up, have we thrown up a split link? If you prefer to try to watch it that way, I don't know how much better it'll be on your eyes, but you can also just open it just to give them some love if you can handle it.
Exactly.
That's number 1 for 6 Scott, and he's running with it.
Number 1, interesting choice there. Especially if you end up picking up a knife later, because it'll actually, the lower range, once it goes negative, will reduce the damage, actually.
Reduce the charge time.
Charge time. There you go.
It kind of counteracts a little bit with the tier rate, but yeah, it's still a funky item for sure. But it's a Satan run. Remember, you're going to see these guys play a little bit different in the beginning, and then switch it up on round 2, because they don't need as much to carry them to the Satan.
Absolutely. We got 6 Scott trying to find those secret rooms, trying to get that early money, maybe for those shops. Shops seem to be really important and popular during a lot of the practicing, getting that mapping.
They not much for Nero, so 2 guys running max fire rate.
Max fire rate can be nice.
Triple shot for 81 MRX. So
the max fire rate will actually be really good for those first couple of floors because it doesn't take much to kill those enemies. But once you get, I'd say, into the depths or Necropolis and the Womb, if you don't have a little bit of damage to go with that, you can find yourself in trouble, especially when you get to the Blue Baby and Isaac too, because they're gonna retaliate.
Oh, for sure.
With all the tiers.
Yeah, I would guess honestly, Nero and Scott both would have been resetting the max fire rate if this was a chest run. If it weren't for the fact that they're going Satan first, they probably would have reset that.
Absolutely. A little bit of different strategies you can play with here when you know that you're not going to have to go there. Oops, I should have taken this out of the... Whoops. There we go.
And Agno's taking Parasite, so a bunch of mediocre starts, nothing crazy good in my opinion.
No. Gonna have an orbital here.
Nero picking up triple shot to go with his max fire rate already. That's not too bad. If you can pick up something like Brimstone or...
Anything. Brimstone would be nice. Well, except for a knife, since that's not really going to help.
Even then, it's still hard to say no to that knife for me.
Exactly. Cancer for Mr. 81 MRX. And only finding the love of spiders in his red chest. Not something you want to see.
Devil deal to go into that curse room.
Yep, that's, what did you call it? Self-mutilation, one of the only self-mutilation things you can do.
Yeah, that actually counts.
That actually counts, because the blood machines won't count.
The blood machines don't. Even the demon judges don't count as...
Demon judges.
Yeah. Oh, Scott getting trolled by 1 soul heart to not get his brimstone over there.
A little bit rough. Gotta be in the hurt the feels right there.
Soul heart devil deals and basement 2 Krampuses are probably going to be the biggest trolls of this whole event.
Yep. Or people taking dead cat too early, maybe.
Yeah. A lot of guys still want to YOLO that cat.
Yep. Which can be a decent strategy, but you gotta have the soul hearts to back it up when it comes down to it, or the orbitals, or just the guppy, So.
81, maybe luck into a devil deal here, maybe. He still has a chance, but it's pretty low. No, I didn't think so.
Looks like Scott has that about a floor lead over everybody. Already in his caves 1, he did decide to take that max. Ooh.
Yeah, very nice after putting himself to have a heart with that Horror of Avalon.
Very nice. And the thing is, with these low health builds, you go into the devil is not so bad. There's also, it's really the floor you have to watch out for. The boss itself, with a little practice, is really easy to deal with.
There's a lot of tricky ways to deal with his damage and avoid his damage. Pretty easy.
Yep.
I know a lot of my guys who've been regular heart racers say it's really not that much harder than the heart if you have mapping. If you don't have mapping, like you said, you can get trolled on those floors and lose a lot of life.
Oh no, no! You never want to find an Edmund there.
Not with number 1.
Nope. You gotta give him
hugs.
No way you
can get in on him. Yeah, you gotta get in close.
It's gonna
even
be
with normal Isaac range, his poison spew outdoes you.
Exactly. You have to go in from the top or the bottom and then cross over at a safe point.
Small Rock showed up for Nero, so triple shot Demon Baby and Small Rock. That's not bad at all. We aren't running the item tracker today, guys. It was just way too much chaos to keep track of. We will be running the item tracker from the tryouts again tomorrow.
Yep. For the one-on-ones, we'll be able to keep track of that, and that's really more what it's for, guys.
Yeah.
And he just unlocked the left hand.
You're going to see that left hand achievement. That's a Steam glitch. I personally have the same issue. You'll see it when I race. Unfortunately, some of us just can't fix our Steam glitches.
But we are watching like a hawk for anything suspicious, and we have lots of other guys in chat. Lots of eyes on people, so.
Yes, and I had them both show me their games. I had them load up in front of me before we went live. I had all 4 players load up in front of me, so. I do know they're running on Platinum God piles.
A shovel? You're allowed to pick it up, just not allowed to use it, like get its use off. As long as you're not using it to actually drop to the floor or do anything at all with it, then you're good.
And here's that troll I was worried about. Krampus on basement 2. Cole's not bad with Parasite, but he's...
You can also roll it into something sometimes if you're willing.
He definitely has the weak build, in my opinion, right now. You got double orbitals and triple shot. You got nice damage and triple shot.
So...
And fire rate and nice damage, so...
That lead Scott has is slowly dwindling away as Nero and 81 are actually approaching the amount of rooms he has cleared. Nobody finding their boss yet, though, really. Well, actually, Scott found his... Or, excuse me, 81 found his boss.
Yeah, 81 did.
And he's got some stuff to reroll on the floor. And that Gertie. Nice Gertie.
Yeah, the good Gertie. The Soul Heart Gertie. Even if you get hit a couple times on it, yeah, you're going to balance out and keep a Soul Heart. Though this is the easiest one to dodge. If there's one you should be able to avoid, it's that one for sure.
Nobody just has, like, a ridiculous amount of hearts right now, either. Oof. That Devil Roll, I'm not really a fan of that.
I'd take them both.
You would take the Demon Baby as well?
You're only going Satan.
True, true. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'd probably just... I just have like this thing against the Demon Baby. He killed me once on a deathless streak, caused me to die, so it's just like, I'll never forgive him.
Agnos has got to be frustrated here.
Oh, picking up a compass. That big pickup.
Judgies.
They have a very good chance of dropping you shop items, those Judgies.
Shop item. Only as their first item. You can't re-roll them into a shop item. A lot of people ask me why I don't try to re-roll the Judgy items.
However, you can re-roll the Scatoli into a actual shop item the first roll.
For some weird reason, only on the first roll. Only on the first roll. I don't understand why only on the first, but
very interesting. It's like, what were you thinking? He's like, I'm just gonna put this in for giggles.
Yeah.
You know.
I think it's that's a weird one. I think it must have something to do with the fact that it counts as a Judgy.
Yeah.
Because it gives you the same effect when you bomb it, like a Devil Deal. That has been confirmed now. Bombing a Skullcap game does give you an increased chance of a Devil Deal, just like bombing a Judgy.
He is thinking about it. Oh, he's going to YOLO the Pact, going down to 2 Soul Hearts, and I believe he owes the Devil a Red Heart now as well.
He owes the Devil 1 Red Heart, yes, sir.
81 has the most hearts out of everybody right now, doing a good job.
And a really safe build now, especially adding that flying on there with 2 orbitals. Like, really nice, comfortable build.
Guardian Angel's a really nice orbital to have, probably one of my favorites. I rate it second under the Double Meathead. I know you don't like it too much, but it really helps for the Devil runs too.
Yeah, definitely in the Devil runs, the followers don't bug me nearly as much. It's the chest runs where I get a little more careful, but the way I play is usually a lot lower life than you are, so I need to be ready to, you know, dodge and not have retaliation coming in. But you will see with this, guys, I'm hoping they're not going to push each other too hard.
Just pace it.
Yeah, this is just the first round. They still have to build a chest run after this.
Absolutely. We're at 8 minutes, so we got plenty of time.
You could get trolled and not find a starting item for 8 minutes.
I really like that Cole Parasite build he's got going here.
You like that? I think it's still the weakest build, but I give him credit for not getting frustrated by it and moving along.
I just really like how the Cole works with the Parasite. You can really make some really nice bank shots with it and clear out rooms in interesting ways. Make it a little bit quicker. And it works really well on some bosses too. I wouldn't mind it for this boss either.
Oof,
I kind of think it was like a
offline.
wall.
Can we get a pause, Grizz? ASAP. That was like a quick offline, no buffering, no nothing, just down.
Yep. And looks like he's loading again. They are communicating as well in their own channel, so.
And just like you guys have chat delay, we're going to have a delay between what we're seeing and what we're saying. So they know there's a pause on the table. It's just, oh my God, that pentagram showing up on Scott's side.
I know, he's finding just some really nice items here.
He's back already. They may have decided not to pause at all because it was just an OBS crash. They may have just kept running. That's why we have referees. Nope, I'm seeing the pauses starting.
Well, it'll be It all catches back up. You
It
can
all
see the
catches
delay.
back up. Whenever they're ready, Grizz. Agnos is back, still capped. Fire him away.
Six God getting that like little half a set. He's like itching to go, man. Look at him.
Dude,
He's
he
like,
ain't gonna-
I'm just let the
He's got-
timer run.
He's got a big rep on the line now, I think. He's definitely impressed a lot of people in a short amount of time. So,
Woo, this monster's slamming it, dude.
Oof.
I'm about to bounce out of my seat with excitement.
And they're going. Again, guys, there will be slightly different delays between, and you may even hear I'm a little ahead or behind Cobalt on some things. I try not to get too excited over here.
Let's see here.
God, man, so many decent builds for a Satan run. I think this is going to be a good one. Scott picking up that pentagram and Cole here. He's going to roll the Cole. So that Demon Baby's all the way around because Cobalt hates him.
I'm not a fan. He likes to bump my Monstros around, and I can't be having that sometimes.
Nobody bumps a monster with Cobalt.
No, the double Monstro rooms, man, are rough when your
Yeah,
Demon
that's why
Baby's knocking them around.
That's why I don't take any of the followers for chests anymore. I just
Oh, yeah.
cannot do it. And 81 picked up a miter as well, so with his health and a miter, like, he's golden, baby. If he dies on this one,
He's going to be good to go for health-wise. It's just how fast can he do it now?
yeah, he may not be the first one done, but just knowing you're going to get through your Satan phase without effort, unlike Six Scott over here, who maybe has a strong damage build, he's down to a soul heart and a half.
Yeah, very risky, and I'm telling you, the lower you get in a competition like this, the more nervous and shaky your hands get. I've had to finish runs where afterwards my hands were shaking for 5 minutes, so it gets nerve-wracking. A lot of pressure.
Ooh, I don't see this combo very often, but I'm a fan.
I'm a fan too, man.
Look at that girthy laser.
You were saying maybe not ban Polyphemus? I mean, it's still good with Epicac, quad shot, triple shot. It's still got lots of viable big damage upgrades, and of course all the regular damage upgrades will affect it too.
Exactly, without being a 12-minute timer. That was the big thing for us with Poly. Cobalt's personal best is 12 minutes with Polytech, right? Polytech 2?
Yeah, something like that.
And mine's
12 to
Polybrim.
14.
And mine's Polybrim, so, I mean...
You can get some really short times with those poly combos, especially if you get mapping or an Emperor card.
Speaking of mapping, look at Nero over here. That
Oof.
big XL floor all mapped out for him, looking all kinds of sexy.
My stream is a chunking right now, but it's catching up. There it goes.
Yeah, Nero's trunking. Well, we are streaming from, like, every part of the world right now. Agnos is Portuguese, Nero's in England, Six Scott in Scotland.
Go figure.
MRX Netherlands?
Wow.
Yeah. So we've got a hell of a...
Representing from all around, baby.
all
That's what I
around the
like to
country,
see.
Or world.
Or all around the singular, the Twitch country. Doing a good job dodging those spikes. Ooh, triple shot with the parasite. I mean, that's what I meant. Quad shot. I got excited. Called it the wrong thing.
They're all right there together. Nero with a little bit of a lead, but his life is getting really low.
Yeah.
Nero doesn't need to get a death here, man. I've seen him get in his own head before, and that can throw him on tilt pretty fast.
Just gotta play it safe, taking that half-hearted damage from that little Gishy.
A little YOLO.
You gotta be careful. They shoot in the same direction every time they spit, so...
You get a little health up out of that pill YOLO. When you're at half a soul heart, bad trip won't kill you. A lot of people say when you're at only soul hearts, bad trip will kill you. Not at half a soul heart. So that was actually a really safe play for him to pop that there.
That Super War, I am not a fan. One of my probably top 3 least favorite bosses. Conquest, Super War, and the Green Bloat are probably my least 3 favorite.
War's shot speed, man, just comes flying off there at you.
So right now, what Scott's about a floor ahead of everybody. But we're going to the Devil. They still have to complete a chest run after this, guys. Keep that in mind. And they're all pacing themselves based off where they see their opponents, I would imagine. Even though it's really hard to keep track of all these screens, so...
It's hard enough to do one. Yeah, 4 is crazy. And MRX is just getting force-fed life over here.
Yes, he is.
I mean, and so many red heart containers.
That's at least the second time he's pulled out a Soul Heart and an Eternal Heart out of a boss room.
And there goes Nero, down to his 9 lives dead cat here.
I don't know if I would agree with the Mama Spam. I'd probably backtrack, check my shop for a Soul Heart maybe, and then those item rooms are pretty close. You can bomb through that secret room to get there. If If you're already dying, gotta rely on what's on the
floor.
floor.
Scott. He's only behind 6 Scott. You only need second.
Yep.
I mean, I hate to say it. Obviously, everyone wants to win, but you know, I personally want to move on in this competition. I don't want to go out in the first round, in the first race.
Nope. But there's a very real chance that that will happen,
Yes.
especially tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be really rough.
I have a bad feeling.
Yep. That Book of Revs, man. That Book of Revs.
He's just barely holding on over there, one soul heart at a time.
He's got the blue Gertie, though. It's going to drop him a soul heart, so.
Gotta love that blue Gertie.
And he's got the mapping to hopefully make it to the bosses quick. Flying with Spectral Tears. I mean, he's got the items for the survivability. He should be able to dodge a lot of these rooms.
Yeah, he's a very smart player, too. He doesn't mess up too much.
Only one bomb, though, so that's going to be a little bit rough on the womb, especially with your low range up. And the comp is trolling right there, too.
The minute you say one bomb, one drops. I just love that shit when you're commentating. It always works that way.
Well, I would still think you need about 8 or so to really make a strong time difference on that fight.
Yeah, between the heart and then the first one for Satan.
Yep.
You gotta at least get that first one in on Satan for me, man, or it's
definitely
such a headache.
I always try to save one for the Fallen every time. Got to.
Thank you guys for showing up tonight again. I see we got a hell of a count already.
30 minutes in. Very impressive, guys. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the raids. You guys are amazing. Hopefully we can keep this Isaac community going for a long time to come. Keep those races going and the competition growing.
It's definitely grown, man. Wow.
And Death. Not too bad. Death's not... The worst part is that first phase when he's throwing the double sights out. You just really have to make sure you kill them because they're going to come back for you every time.
The sights, yeah, they're so awkward. So they're never the same, man. Sometimes they have a really long delay on them. Sometimes they're really quick.
It really sucks is when he pops that slow. The slow when some of them are coming out, too.
Because it gives like a full pause, too, that kind of messes your whole head up. And it's exhausting.
He's got the paw.
I'm not sure why he did that.
Just felt like throwing it to chance. Just take my heart. Maybe he just didn't want to make sure he didn't want to pick up that red heart with his Book of Revs.
To avoid the accidental whoops half heart. I understand, I guess.
I might have done the same because I do have a problem with running over red heart sometimes.
Agno's putting his habit to use force and a compass.
Nero is still going at this Blue Mom, getting Blue Mom over and over again, and still hasn't gone back to check his item rooms or his shop.
You can see the look on his face on my screen anyway. I can see his face. He's getting very frustrated.
Very frustrated.
Yep. Agnos with the weaker start. Woohoo! With the weaker start, catching up quick though, I think.
81's just looking for his mom fight, which he just so happens to wander across as soon as I say that.
6 Scott got the red chest into the devil deal. You do have to kill the heart. We make you kill all 4 bosses. That's the point of this.
Yep. You cannot skip any of the bosses. That's the whole point of the Emperor cards, too. We don't want people skipping rooms unless they're using bombs to get there.
Especially
it's got to be strategy.
Especially not the chest floor.
Now, that being said, if you want to YOLO a Stars card or a Hermit or whatever, and it puts you right into a boss room or in front of one, that is perfectly legal. That is leaving it to chance, which is what the game's all about, RNG. It's not about guarantees.
Right.
You know, so we try to kind of leave, you know, some things a chance.
Oh yeah, I like to use my Hermits and Stars in the womb if I'm at a dead end already, especially if I'm not running any mapping.
I popped a Stars
all
card
the way
yesterday.
around at this point. Everyone's got one, so.
Oh yeah.
No complaints there. All 4 on compasses.
I popped a Stars card into an Isaac fight yesterday, actually, in the Cathedral. So.
I got mad because I got an Emperor, dropped it to pick up a Stars card, popped the Stars card right to my Womb XL bosses.
All right, first player to kill the Womb looks like it's going to be Mr. Six Scott. He's going to take his got a Hermit card. Speak of the devil.
Speak of the devil.
Let's see what he does with it. He's got the mapping. Yeah.
But he did hit a dead end there, but it's an easy clear dead end. He does pop it.
Right back to the start. 1 room over. All right, multiple players on their feet now.
On their feet.
On the feet.
Getting their players on the feet.
See, it works no matter how you think about it.
Scott really built up some health as well. I was worried about him, but he's looking like he's gonna get through this.
That flying, those spectral tears just really helps in a lot of these rooms too.
The only time I really value the spectral tears is in the Satan runs.
He just used his last bomb to bomb through that room. One of the worst rooms in this whole floor, I would say. Picks 2 up, so he's good. He's still good. And wow, that troll.
Oh, that hurts my feels. I've been there.
He's going to have to go back through that room that he bombed through earlier too. So
Agnos is using that. Oh my god, and on the other side, going the other direction?
yeah.
The same shit. Compass trolled.
Wow. Very, very interesting. Everybody has all of those red floors right now. And that health is actually slowly dwindling away. If you get enough of those eyeball rooms, it doesn't matter how much health you have.
We haven't commented on either, though, but Nero has built up a nice little pool of life again.
Oh,
here.
yeah, he has. Looks like he's back in
bad.
it.
Yeah. Small rock speed here on Fallen, though, might hurt him a couple times.
He's also got that Lover's card. He can use that with his Polaroid proc if it comes down to it, if he times that correctly and doesn't choke.
Doesn't choke.
Well, I've choked on it before myself, so...
Conquest over here for MRX. His damage just is not as good as he'd like it to be.
Nope.
He's
got a lot of life, though.
Yeah.
Conquest is just gonna... He's just a pain in general, you know? He doesn't jump off the horse. It's basically just RNG over and over and over again.
Oh, Devil Deal for Og? Or for Nero? Oh my god.
Right into Krampus. We'll see if
the
he wants
odds
to
of
roll
that
it.
are incredibly low. A Krampus in the womb is like... Whew. It's actually lower chance than a Krampus basement, too. So less than 10%.
I really am enjoying this race so far. It's pretty close, man. And we're only on the shield part. Everybody's neck for neck, though.
I'm really getting worried about Scott over here. He's already burned... He got a couple bombs back, I guess.
That's what I was saying. If he can actually get to the boss with 3 or 4 of those hearts left, I think he'll be fine. But it's just like, what are the rooms going to be like until you get there, you know?
Exactly, yeah.
Got some bombs going, though. I'd probably would have checked that challenge room myself.
Yeah, me too.
Growth hormones, I mean, you're already ahead a little bit. That would just seal the deal for a lot of people. Oof, this room is nasty. And this is what we wanted to test, guys. We wanted to test people's survivability. Because if you, oh, man.
Yeah. Scott will regret... Actually, I can't even say he'll regret anything, because he had plenty of life if his compass didn't absolutely troll him.
I think this is going to be close. I think he can do it if he just plays it right. This boss is not that bad.
He's practiced his ass off. It's
going to be the second phase or a leech in the third phase. Usually that'll take it down if it's anything.
His speed is alright, so he should get through this first phase. Nero down to 2 lives on that dead cat.
And losing that little bit of health he did have.
So the 2 guys with the slower builds may be the 2 to win this one. As far as this first phase here.
Indeed. Doing well, dodging the Fallen. It's about to have him down. Now, is the Devil going to behave now?
Using the risky strats.
Good job.
Forcing the Brimstone.
81 MRX is bombing through these rooms, just trying to find his way to that boss. Takes a little bit of damage there. It's going to be so close.
He doesn't have any range, so he's trying to force phase 3 as fast as he can.
Yep.
Because phase 3 will be a lot easier without his range. That really killed him
with
no range. Yeah, that phase 2 with no range is hard to do. I've been there.
Back to square one. Looks like we've got 2 people flirting, or 1 other person flirting with death right now. On to his Womb 2 fight. Trying to boss it.
And Agnos and MRX just looking healthy as hell. I don't
Very healthy. They're pacing it. He's got his Game Kid, which is definitely going to keep him healthy through this.
Especially with that habit.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a lot of eating. And
very good survivability build, especially for Sheol.
And MRX has his miter and his double orbitals, so phase 2 is going to be no problem for him. He's got the max range on his tech as well, so he can shoot all the way across that room no problem. I know Scott's going to be frustrated, but if anyone can bring it back, man, Scott can do it. He's
all right.
A lot of sub 20 chest times.
Nero with 2 hearts, full mapping in the freaking Sheol floor, 4 rooms away. And the first is Sloth. If he gets a Hierophant card, this might just be possible. Or even a Strength, maybe.
Oh, that was a bad reaction time there.
That was, yep. They were about due for a bomb at that point.
Yeah, you need to be on your toes with those sloths. The Ipecacs are not that bad if you're on your toes. The only ones that ever get me are the real high lofters, just because I kind of lose which direction they're going.
He's going to say, no, thank you. It's my last life. I'm just going to bomb through.
Gets another slow room, but pretty easy room.
Yeah, it just depends on if you're bumping stuff into people. He does have that little demon baby. It can get real sticky right here when you're swinging around, and it's shooting those shots out him. You just got to be careful.
They can bounce all willy-nilly crazy, too.
Oh, yeah.
So Agnos, with the guy I was calling out with the worst build, looking the best right now to get the Satan fight done.
I mean, Nero's getting so close, but there it is. That hurts, man. It's like just a tip. It's like that's all. That's all I have to say about it. Just a tip, nothing else.
Being that close, I mean, I don't know that he would have been able to get through Satan anyway, but being that close, knowing the clock's at 25 minutes, I mean, if you're gonna die, let me die in Caves 1. You know, as embarrassing as it is to die in Caves 1, at least you didn't waste 25 minutes.
Absolutely. That's why you got to take your time to build up some of these runs. I'm still thinking that if he had gone back and maybe checked those item rooms instead of using about 5 or 6 of those dead cat lives, he would have been much better off.
He ended up getting the build up eventually. He just wasted too many lives there.
He could have had a magic mushroom in one of those rooms. Like any one thing could have pushed him over the edge where it's just, you know, he could have got there. Even a sloth card that he skipped up. But it's really just, you know, personal preference, how you want to play, how you judge, how far you can go with what you have. That relic for 6 Scott's really going to...
Relic and meat is a nice start for sure.
Keep him alive.
It's looking close between Octonus and 81 here.
And they still have to do a chest run, guys, and either one of the people that don't die in shield can die in the chest and make room back for these guys to catch back up. So
this was our way to try to save a little time and not do best 2 out of 3s, but at the same time give you plenty of time for the comeback. And you know, even worse than that, I've seen all these guys do it. You can accidentally go up the light instead of, or not now, you can go down the hole again.
Yep.
Nobody went up the light yet, at least. Nobody forgot. Forget your Polaroid. We saw Nero do that this morning. I've seen 6 Scott do it a couple times.
What's up, Mr. Casper? I see Mr. Casper in the house. Another awesome member of main menu team I'm on here on Twitch, and another awesome Isaac player that's actually in the tournament.
Make sure
a lot of these guys are awesome. So
any of my guys that aren't following everyone on main menu, please do.
And anybody that's not following any of these awesome racers, I know a lot of them are at least part-time, full-time broadcasters. It's always good to share the love.
Yeah, you've got a lot of regular broadcasters in here for sure. I know Nero's been doing it for a while. 81 MRX has been doing it for a while.
Gonna use those bombs that he picked up, trying to get that Widow, but the timing is so finicky.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really hard if you don't have those 10 bombs to actually get one of those off.
I never really justify it on those early bosses, but I know people are thinking speed.
Yep. I myself, I don't mind using a bomb or two, like I said, to save about 30 seconds. Alright, both players on their Devil Fight. Player 2, Mr. Ognos, and Player 3, Mr. 81 MRX. Looks like they're both going to have the survivability to do this.
Yeah,
but,
it takes some serious mistakes for them to screw it up. We saw Ognos do that Blue Baby with 1.5 soul hearts on
He's taking a little bit of damage, but you know, he's got that game kit. He can pop it any second, like right here.
Damage isn't spectacular. He only had the coal, and there he is, the first one to get through the Satan. So.
All right, and he will earn his Devil token.
Agnos is he was actually pulling some votes there at the end. People heard the name around a bit, because I know 6 Scott was the majority leader for popularity.
Some of those votes were hard, but I actually picked some people that weren't the #1 vote on one or two of those brackets.
Definitely. I picked 6 Scott to win this one too, so we'll see if I'm right. Agnos would have been my strong second though, so
you'll see a lot of I think you'll see a lot of surprises.
Yeah, 81 MRX only getting 6% of the vote, and he's gonna be the second one done with Satan. So.
And another Devil token goes out to Mr. 81 MRX. He's going to be off and rolling onto his chest fight as well. And Nero with that Catacombs XL, my least favorite of all of the Catacombs. Lose out on that Devil Deal chance, and you might not have keys. So
yeah, it's a trolley guy. I am not a fan.
lots of
That's
bomb
XL.
throwing enemies. Really
That's
rough.
XL just because you lose that mom.
That too.
Yeah, you lose that maybe double deal on Necro 1. Ooh.
Ooh, small rockage package. I think we're like dead on too for like our delay today, so that's awesome.
I was oohing at 81
were
MRX
you?
actually picking up the wafer.
Oh, I see. Gotcha.
It's a risky strategy. A lot of guys don't like it. Some people do. It is a special item, so you're giving up your chance at some better damaging special items.
Wiggle worm.
But I think 81 MRX plays a very safe game. When we saw him in the tryouts, big reason he made it in is he made really smart decisions. We knew he was going to be consistent. He wasn't necessarily the fastest guy on the field, but he was making it every time.
Man, Scott just YOLO'd a wiggle worm and some pills there. That's that wiggle worm was trolling me when I had the knife the other day. I think that's one of the reasons I died with it.